Good evening and welcome to Icu Tv main news. We take a look at the stories making headlines. President Hichilema thanks Zimbabwean leader for condolences on Edgar Lungu's passing. President Hichilema opens the 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa in Lusaka. Ministry of Information and Media launches review of service delivery charter to enhance accountability and transparency. In international news, 5 journalists among 20 killed in Israel strike on hospital, Gaza official says. In sports news, Zesco United reassigns experienced defender Cyril Mwenya Chibwe. With the news in details, my name is Chakwewa Mirakomsonda. President Hakainde Hichilema has expressed his appreciation on behalf of the Zambian government and its citizens for the condolences message from Zimbabwean President Emerson Mnangagwa regarding the death of former President Edgar Lungu. He highlights Zambia's established tradition and legal framework which stipulates that the president are to be interred in a designated area known as Embassy Park in Lusaka. President Hichilema conveyed the government's optimism with the situation will be resolved promptly. The president made these comments during a courtesy visit from Zimbabwe's second vice president, His Excellency Kembo Mohadi, at State House today.
We have a tradition here, a legal one as well, established by the people of Zambia through different pieces of legislation, but also practice that presidents, whether we like it or not, those of us who sit in this chair, get buried in one place called the Heroes Place, Embassy Park. We call it Embassy. See, I'm thinking of Zimbabwe. We call it Embassy Park. So all the 5 presidents before my predecessor are lying there. And we hope that we can continue that tradition, the decision made by the people of Zambia. If you ask me personally, do I like that place? I don't like it. But there's limited choice that we have once we take the decision to occupy this office. I'm saying this to you so that we could give you context to why there's this impasse. So the most important thing is that we hope to resolve it. Our team is there. They're engaging the family. And
the 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa commenced today at the Lungu International Conference Center in Lusaka, Zambia. The session will focus on advancing universal health coverage, strengthening health security, enhancing emergency preparedness, and addressing key health priorities, including maternal and child health, malaria, and non-communicable diseases. Speaking during the event, President Hakainde Hichilema emphasized Zambia's growing leadership in health policy and its commitment to ensuring better health and well-being for all Africans. President Hichilema notes that the importance of unity, innovation, and self-reliance in advancing health systems across the continent, particularly in the area of health diplomacy, regional manufacturing, and harmonization of public health regulations. He says strengthened health diplomacy are necessary to tackle inequalities, to access COVID-19 vaccines, and advocate for positioning health as a catalyst for regional trade and industrialization. President Hichilema pointed out Zambia's notable achievement in the health sector, which include increasing the health sector budget to 12% of the national budget, recruiting and deploying 20,000 health workers, expanding health infrastructure, and strengthening service delivery. He says Zambia reaffirms its commitment to pursuing continental health priorities, including the elimination of cholera, and pledges to mobilize resources to achieve this goal. The president also encouraged local manufacturing of essential medicines and vaccines, promoting self-sufficiency in healthcare while emphasizing the need for collaboration and partnership to address health challenges effectively. President Hichilema further expresses condolences to the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan and the people of Tanzania on the passing of Dr. Faustin Ndugulile, the former Minister of Information and Communication and Information Technology.
We express our deep gratitude for your services to humanity, Dr. Tedros and the team. I will not spend time talking about the purpose of the regional committee meeting, this one. It's been well illustrated by the speakers before me. But I just want to draw a few lessons from the COVID-19 that I think requires some sense of prioritization, learning from the lessons or learning the lessons of COVID-19. What are we supposed to be doing? You are the experts in the health sector. I'm not. But I sit on the other side and we observe, we believe that we have convergence in agreeing on certain priorities driven by the lessons of COVID-19. We need to strengthen health diplomacy to address inequalities. There's no question about that. We on this continent were last in the queue. When COVID broke out, First World was able to address this challenge quickly, according to the manufacture of COVID.
Meanwhile, Director General World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, acknowledged Zambia's notable progress amid ongoing challenges faced by many countries on the continent in reducing mortality rates.
Spending an underpowered health workforce. Even in the face of financial and organizational challenges, the regional office has continued to deliver world-class technical support to our member states. Your agenda this week reflects your shared commitment to promoting, providing, and protecting the health of the region's people. The regional framework on oral health will address a long-neglected issue in our region. The regional strategy on rehabilitation and the framework on black products both set out clear objectives.
And WHO Regional Director of Africa, Prof. Mohammed Janabi, commended Zambia's advancement as a blueprint for regional success and urged African nations to take bold leadership in shaping the leaders' future of global health.
We can and we will transform the future of health on this continent. As Maria Correa once said, now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Let this session be a space of understanding, courage, and transformation. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Your Excellency, the President, the Honorable Minister of Health, and the people of Zambia. Your visionary leadership, active engagement, and unwavering support in preparing for this session have been truly pivotal. Zambia's achievements in health are not only commendable, they stand as a beacon of inspiration across the continent. From convening the Heads of State Cholera Control Summit earlier this year to pioneering local manufacturing of cholera vaccine, Zambia is showing us what visionary leadership.
Meanwhile, Minister of Health Dr. Elijah Muchima reaffirmed Zambia's dedication to regional and global collaboration, emphasizing that no country can effectively overcome health challenges in isolation. The Ministry of Information and Media has launched a review of the Service Delivery Charter to create a formal agreement between the ministry and the public as its clients. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Savo Kawana, says the new charter will outline the types of services offered, the standard of service expected, and the rights and responsibility of citizens. Mr. Kawana notes that the importance of adopting a customer-focused approach to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery. He further states that the revised charter will align with anti-corruption efforts by promoting transparency and accountability within the ministry, reflecting government's commitment to zero tolerance towards corruption. Mr. Kawana pointed out that the existing charter developed in 2012 no longer accurately represents the services provided, given recent administrative changes and strategic initiatives. He further adds that the newly developed document will empower citizens by setting clear expectations, providing mechanism and complaints, and enhancing service delivery to support national development goals.
I am delighted to have this opportunity to officiate at this workshop, whose key outcome is the Service Delivery Charter for the Ministry of Information and Media. The charter will be developed by this team, will act as a social contract between the Ministry of Information and Media as a service provider on one hand and the general public as clients on the other. Ladies and gentlemen, the service charter, once developed and finalized, will further enhance corruption prevention by promoting transparency, accountability, and better service delivery, while also providing a framework for anti-corruption efforts by detailing the standards and procedures the ministry must follow. Therefore, this process is part of the ministry's efforts to mainstream integrity and support the government's effort for zero tolerance towards corruption. You may wish to note that the current service delivery charter was developed in 2012 and may not reflect the services the ministry is currently providing. You may recall that following the issuance of Gazette number 1123 of 2021, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Services was renamed to Ministry of Information and Media. The Gazette notice made changes to the portfolio subjects by transferring the cinematography policy and theatre policy to the Ministry of Tourism, thereby leaving only 3 subjects.
Professor Chaloka Beyani has been appointed as the United Nations Special Advisor on Prevention of Genocide, according to a press statement for the Zambian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperations. The appointment, announced by UN Secretary Antonio Guterres on the 22nd of August 2025, makes Professor Beyani the first Zambian to hold his esteemed position. He succeeds Alice Warimo Nderitu of Kenya. Professor Beyani, an experienced international lawyer with over 40 years of expertise in international law, human rights, and humanitarian affairs, is recognized for his significant contribution to the prevention of genocide. His appointment reflects Zambia's commitment to global peace, security, and human rights, particularly following the country's accession to the Convention of the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide in 2022. Zambia continues to support multi-party and the United Nations in its efforts to address global security concerns. This is according to a statement made available to Icu TV by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We're now taking our first break. Stay tuned for more local stories.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back. We continue with our stories. Minister of Education Douglas Hichilema has praised President Hichilema for his steadfast commitment to improving Zambia's education system. Speaking during a discussion in his office today, Mr. Hichilema shared that the new Dawn government launched the Education for All policy to steer the nation towards prosperity. Mr. Hichilema notes that over 2 million students have enrolled, highlighting the eagerness of citizens to access education once financial barriers from early childhood to secondary school were lifted, while acknowledging concerns from certain stakeholders about the classroom overcrowding. Mr. Hichilema emphasized that the government's proactive approach to tackle this issue. Mr. Hichilema also proudly mentions that this year, 67 new secondary schools have been established, with 20 more expected to open soon. He also pointed out that in the last 4 years, over 1.4 million desks have been distributed, ensuring all students can be accommodated despite the increased enrollment. Significant advancements have also occurred in higher education, particularly with the reintroduction of meal allowances in 2022, which have seen increased monthly payments. His remarks about the Ministry of Education achievement came as the new Dawn government celebrates 4 years in office. In more news, the construction of a recreation center in Matero Ward 32 under Matero constituency is progressing steadily and has reached an advanced stage. The project has been implemented with funding from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. The works began following the official site handover on the 3rd of June 2025, with completion expected between September and October 2025. According to Lusaka City Council, LCC, Assistant Public Relations Manager Nyambe Bulumba, the council has allocated 1,250 towards the construction of the facility as part of its effort to enhance community infrastructure. Mr. Bulumba states that once completed, the center will serve as key community hub, offering facilities for sports, educational programs, mentorship, and social events. He adds that the center is expected to contribute significantly to youth empowerment and broader community development by providing access to life and vocational skills. The facility is also anticipated to help reduce crimes and promote social cohesion by engaging young people in constructive activities and reducing idleness. Mr. Bulumba further urges the residents of Matero Ward 32 to support the initiative and take collective responsibility in protecting the infrastructure against vandalism to ensure its sustainability.
The construction of a recreation center in Matero Ward 32 Matero constituency, funded under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has reached an advanced stage. The project commenced following the official site handover on 3rd June 2025 and is scheduled for completion between September and October 2025. And to facilitate the successful implementation of this initiative, the council allocated 1,250,000 towards construction works, and once completed, the center will serve as a vibrant community hub, offering dedicated spaces for sports, educational programs, mentorship, and social gatherings. It is envisioned to be a catalyst for youth empowerment and community development, providing residents, especially young people, with opportunities to acquire valuable life and vocational skills.
We take our first break. Stay tuned for more international and sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. In international news, at least 20 people, including 5 journalists, are reported to have been killed in an Israel strike on a hospital in the southern Gaza Strip. The journalists worked with international outlets including the Associated Press, Reuters, Al Jazeera, and Middle East Eye. Several people were killed in an initial strike and others in a second, which happened as rescuers attended the scene, the Hamas-run civil defense says. The Israel military said in a statement that carried out a strike in the area, adding that it regrets any harm to uninvolved individuals and does not target journalists as such. This comes 2 weeks after 6 journalists were killed in an Israel-targeted attack near Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza. Israel does not allow international news organizations, including the BBC, into Gaza to report fully. Still in international news, 3 people have died and 1 in a serious condition after a helicopter crash on the Isle of Wight. 4 people were on board for flying lessons when the incident happened, the operator Northumbria Helicopter says. BBC Ananja Kadio from the Isle of Wight says the war area has been cordoned off, but in the field across from the crash site, she said she could see police cars parked in the road. Eyewitnesses Leigh Goldsmith says she saw the helicopter spiraling before it went out of sight. The Air Incident Investigation Branch, which is part of the Department for Transport, has launched an investigation into the crash. We take a short break. Stay tuned for sports news.
Hello, the Information and Communications University, ICU. What comes to your mind when you hear of this name? Is it the beautifully architectured infrastructure at our campus? Or is it the amazing students that are always performing well in their fields? My name is Zimba Emmanuel, and I present to you Alumni Chronicles, a program that gets to look at all students that have passed through the corridors of ICU and are making an impact in society today. Join me every week as I sit down with former students and get to listen to them, what they have to say about life after they've been through the university. Remember, it's Icu TV every week.
Welcome back, and now in sports news. Zesco United has officially confirmed the re-signing of defender Cyril Mwenya. The 32-year-old returns the team just over a year after leaving to join Black Leopards in South Africa in second tier. Chibwe has signed a 2-year contract with Zesco, also known as Zenga Mambo. Chibwe's return brings a wealth of experience to the team. The defender's skills and leadership will undoubtedly strengthen Zesco United's defense. With a proven track record in the league, Chibwe's reassigning is a significant boost to the team's ambitions. The move demonstrates Zesco United's commitment to building a strong and competitive squad. With Chibwe's experience and expertise, the team is well equipped to tackle upcoming challenges. Fans can expect things from Zesco United with Chibwe back in the fold. Chibwe's return is a welcome development for Zesco United supporters. The team looks forward to seeing him in action, bringing his expertise and passion to the pitch. With this signing, Zesco United is solidifying its position as a top contender in the league. That sports item brings us to the end of the main news. But before we go, we take a quick recap on the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema thanks Zimbabwean leader for condolences on Edgar Lungu's passing. President Hichilema opens the 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa in Lusaka. Ministry of Information and Media launches review of service delivery charter to enhance accountability and transparency. In international news, 5 journalists among 20 killed in Israel strike on hospital, Gaza official says. And in sports news, Zesco United re-signs experienced defender Cyril Mwenya Chibwe. Thank you so much for watching Icu TV. For more updates, stay tuned to our Facebook page as well as our website at icutvzn.com. Have a good night.